Hi, this is Karen Dice, publisher of Mortgage Currency magazine. I would like to give you a virtual tour of the website. First of all, Mortgage Currency was started in January of 2008 when all of the rules and regulations started to change, and this is a running history of all of the rule changes. The reason Mortgage Currency was started is because the agencies were releasing all kinds of changes to the loan process, to the loan underwriting, and there were other companies that were reposting all of the announcement and the mortgagee letters and the circular letters, but they were not interpreted as to what it really meant on the loan origination side of the business. So Mortgage Currency is exclusively for the loan origination side of the business, helping loan officers, processors, underwriters, and company owners and managers interpret the rules. So one other thing about Mortgage Currency, it's released twice a month on the 10th of the month and the 25th. The 10th of the month issue provides all of the rule changes that happened within the last 30-day time period, and as I mentioned, it's a 30-day running history. There is a second rule issue called a Q&A issue because we have an Ask the Experts help desk. We get hundreds and hundreds of questions on a monthly basis, and we choose 10 or 12 questions that we think other loan officers, company owners, or managers would like to know about that may help you get more loans approved or save you some time, money, especially when it comes to compliance. So let's go through one of the hugest benefits. First of all, it's Ask the Experts. As a subscriber, everybody has the ability to ask a loan scenario questions, underwriting questions, condition questions, and they are answered usually within a 24-hour time period by one of our advisory board members. Now, a little bit about the advisory board. Every single one of these people are an expert in their own field. So when a question is asked, it goes to the expert with that particular category, and subscribers will receive an answer usually within 24 hours. Sometimes it may take 48 hours, depending if they have to do additional research. But one cool thing about the Ask the Experts help desk is that about 70 to 75% of the time, they will provide you with the book and page number where you can find it in the guides and the handbooks. So you can copy it and include it in your underwriting file just to shore up your position when submitting the file. So let's go to the current rule issue. And the way that this is set up, it is set up by category. So CFPB, compliance, Fannie, Freddie, FHA, VA, USDA, and then there's usually compliance, all different kinds of categories. Now, the way that the subscription is read on a monthly basis is that we do provide the actual title of the announcement, and there is a short description of what this article is all about. So let's assume that a loan officer would want to read more about this Fannie Mae update. They would click on Read More, and there is a breakdown of the entire issue. So let me kind of break down an article for you and kind of give you the components, because there are marketing components built into pretty much every article. Some articles don't require it, but I wanted to show you this one because it had all of the components. So first of all, if you are on Facebook, we do provide Facebook posts to keep your real estate agents and your clients updated on the rules and regulations. So this particular one says, working with a self-employed client, a self-employed borrower's income can be difficult to calculate if they are not aligned with a lender who is an expert. I specialize in making sure that self-employed clients qualify up front. Post below if you'd like more information. As a subscriber, you simply copy and paste into your Facebook post, and now you have a marketing piece. You don't even have to think about it. Again, this one has 2 Facebook posts, and this one is in regards to facing student debt. So next thing that happens is broken down in a rule synopsis. So this was an 8-page announcement from Fannie. But what we did here is we broke it down into categories, saying, okay, this is what this covered. It's broken down into bullet points, so you don't have to read the whole 8 pages. And then down below here are the interpretive comments. So we rewrite it in terms that you can understand and how it affects you and your loans in process. I also want to show you that if you are on Twitter, you can also automatically tweet. So let me click this on, and I'll show you what happens here. So I would enter my username and password, log in, and tweet, and this is automatically posted to your Twitter feed. So one of the reasons I feel that people aren't involved in social media is they really don't know what to say. So we've provided and written the social media posts for you in the form of Facebook posts and automatic tweets. So let me scroll down to the bottom here. Here is a link if you would like to read more about this particular rule. And then the resources. So if you would like to read the entire Fannie Mae announcement, you can click here and it'll take you to their website. In this particular one, Fannie has updated their cash flow analysis for self-employed borrowers, so we've included it in a chart and checklist, which I'll show you where that's at in a minute. And then we also created a student loan repayment chart that compares FHA, VA, USDA, and conventional loans and how student loans are figured for each category. In addition, you can print this, and also there is a saved articles section, and I'll show you that in a minute, where you can actually save this article for future reference. And if you have a question about this particular article, click here and it takes you to Ask the Experts Help Desk. So the next category is the question and answer. That comes out on the 25th of every month. So the way that this particular section is set up, it is also set up by category. There's Fannie and Freddie, FHA, VA, USDA. So let me go to this particular one. A gift from an employer. Is it possible for an employer to give a gift to an employee for the entire down payment and closing costs? And what usually happens here is you would read the question. If you know the answer, forget about it. But if you don't, click through, and then here's the answer for you. So again, the Q&A issue does have marketing components built into it. Highlight, copy and paste it, and post it on your Facebook page, and there are automatic tweets. And then this is the answer. In addition, there is a mortgage talking point, which a mortgage talking point is an article, a flyer that is written for you to share with real estate agents so they understand the rules and regulations too. So let me click this on, and I'll show you what that looks like. Taking a few minutes to download here. So, if there is ever a question about it, there's the Mortgage Talking Point logo. This is called Shake the Money Tree, and this breaks it down in simple terms for real estate agents and clients to understand where they can get money for a down payment or closing costs on an FHA loan. All right, so let's go on to the next category, charts and checklists. Under the charts and checklists category, you're going to find a lot of comparison charts that you will not find anyplace else. Now, there are forms. Again, this is broken down by category, universal, Fannie, Freddie, FHA, VA, on and on and on. But let me kind of show you some examples. So, remember when I was talking about the student loan repayment chart? Let me click that on for you and show you what that looks like. So we had a subscriber ask us about student loan deferment and by FHA, VA, Fannie, Freddie, USDA. If the payment is already established, how do you count that payment? If it begins in 12 months, if it's deferred, or if the payment has been reduced. Then we had every single expert write down where the rule is found and what the changes are. So this is just an example of hundreds of charts that we have on the website. You'll also note that you'll have updates. So if a chart and checklist needs to be updated, we will show the date that it's been updated. And if it no longer applies, we remove it from the website. Now, another thing that you'll find when you're looking at charts and checklists is that you're going to look at effective dates. And when you pull up a chart and checklist and it might say it's effective November 2013, what that really means is that it's still in effect. Nothing has ever changed. And if it does change, we do update it. So this kind of gives you an idea of some of the charts and checklists that are available for subscribers that they can use internally, and a lot of them can be used to share with real estate agents. Next thing, let's go to the Facebook posts. In addition to finding Facebook posts all within the articles, you'll find the series of Facebook posts posted under this one website page. Again, copy, highlight, and paste. And then if you would like to know more about what this Facebook post refers to, you can click here and read the entire article. Mortgage talking points, huge, huge benefit for you to share with your real estate agents. A lot of the rules and regulations that change also affect the way real estate agents do business. So what we do is we rewrite the rule so real estate agents can understand it and how it affects them as well. So again, you're going to find that under different categories. And let me show you this one. You know how complicated the ability to repay is. So we wrote a mortgage talking point for real estate agents so they understand it. And you'll note that it has the beginning date, and then we broke it down into 8 simple steps, what the ability to repay requires and what it means to the clients. It also has the ability, if you want to use it as a flyer, to add your contact information. A lot of loan officers highlight, copy, and paste it, put it in their email, on a blog, on their website, various ways to use the mortgage talking point flyers. Next, rule calendar. Now this is really, really cool because rules tend to change 30, 60, 90 days down the road, and sometimes you just forget about the rule changing. So on January 1st, there were a lot of rule changes, and what happens, you can go to the calendar, highlight it, gives you a short description of what that rule is about, and then if you would like to click on that particular link here, it will take you to the article to read what it means. So you can do it by category, by month, and you'll see the various changes and when they're happening. The cool thing about the calendar is that 10 days before the rule changes, you will get an email notice that says, hey, guess what? This rule is changing on such and such a date. Here's how it affects your files. You might want to check and see if you have any files in process that these rules apply to. Next, this is the saved articles section. So as I mentioned, when you go through articles, if you would like to save them, all you do is click this button, and an individual file is created for you. So I decided I wanted to save the Fannie and Freddie loan limits. I saved that so I can refer to that instead of going back and looking for them in the search engine. And I can remove an article if it no longer applies or I really don't care about it anymore. Video training courses. On a regular basis, if there is a rule change that is really, really complicated, we will actually do a video training course for subscribers, such as the new USDA handbook that came out. Our USDA expert read over 600 pages of changes, came up with 27 major ones, and we did a short video seminar for those of you who specialize in USDA loans. We try to keep the courses under 30 minutes. just because we respect your time, and we try to go deep and give you as much information in the shortest amount of time. There are usually links to articles, links to the handbook. And one of the things that we do on a regular basis is a course called How to Read Tax Returns and Close More Loans. It's updated every year. It will be updated again. And we usually give a 2-year time period for this particular course because tax returns, the lines change from year to year. So this will give you, again, a running history of the tax return changes and how it affects you and how you can use the income to underwrite a loan. Update My Information is where you would go to update credit card payments, change passwords, those types of things. So the next thing, let's talk a little bit about the archives. These are all of the categories that we write about, so it's pretty comprehensive on the different types of categories. But let me click on the past rule change. As I mentioned, this publication started in January of 2008. It's a running history, but you don't need to go back to 2008 because of all of the changes. The past rule issue gives you just a 3-month history of the rule changes, because what tends to happen is that an agency will come out with a rule. Next month they'll tweak it a little bit, and then next month they'll tweak it a little bit more, which just happened with FHA when they changed the MIP premium. Again, it's set up by category, and you'll see that it's a 3-month history. The same thing happens for the Q&A issue. It's a 3-month history. And one of the things, the reasons behind it is because you may be thinking, hey, I just recently read something about this. I'm not sure where to find it, so you can go back, click on past history, past issues, and it'll give you a 3-month review of what has been posted. And again, here are all the categories, including credit and MLS. And on a regular basis, every time I release an issue, I will do a short video on what is within that issue. There could be anywhere between 10 to 20 rules changes in any given issue, and I'll choose 5 or 6 of them that I feel that you should be reading right away and create a short video, and here's a short outline of what's in the January rule update. One other thing I'd like to mention, we help a lot of loan officers get tons of loans approved, even turned around from underwriters, and please take time to read the testimonial pages on the website. So just a little recap. Mortgage currency issues come out on the 10th of the month, which are the 30-day changes, the 25th of the month, which is the rule and regulation change. So you will get an email notice when those 2 are ready to read. The other email that you would be getting is a calendar update that a rule is going to be changing within a 10-day time period. And there's one other time that you will get a rule update is when it changes today, and you need to know about it today. Subscribers will get a short email with a breakdown of what the change is and how it affects your file. That usually happens a couple times a month. So thanks again for listening to this short virtual tour, and remember that getting a mortgage and a loan approved and closed these days is rocket science. Thank you so much for viewing.